Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Yesterday I mentioned best way to earn credits if you're a cheap bastard in this game and don't want to give Wargaming a penny is to play Tank Destroyers, a Tier 8 premium tank destroyer with high pen on its regular round. And we watched the Scorpion G and the Su-130 PM, which were my top two choices. And I mentioned there was that other German one that was pretty good. I couldn't remember the name. This is it. It's the Con JPZ 105. The Kampfpanzer 105. Stupid looking little tank with the little no turret and the little gun sticking out. But it's fast. And what's the regular pen? He's got 268 pen. Oh, that's the premium round, is it? No, that's the regular round, guys. Look at that. And the premium round is 330. A Tier 8 tank with, what did I just say? That was high. 268 pen. 390 alpha per shot? 268 pen on the regular round. Why is that significant? Well, if you want to make... did you watch yesterday's video? I'm not going to repeat everything. I gave you my little explanation on if you're a cheap bastard and you don't want to just give Wargaming your money. You want to, you want to not give them a penny, but you still want to earn credits. You want to be able to play 9 and 10, tiers 9 and 10, and you need to earn credits. And you don't want to play tier 5 and 6 to churn credits. You can't make credits at tier 9 and 10. You need a premium tank. Maybe you can get a premium tank with bonds or some in-game goods when there's some specials that these things that happen that Wargaming allows you to get some premium tanks sometimes without spending actual cash. Which one should you pick? Should you just pick the one you're going to have the most fun in? You're going to pick the one that you think is the most overpowered? Well, some people I say, well, I want to pick the one that I make the most credits in because that's my, when I play a premium tank, I do it to make credits. You didn't even scratch him. That's too bad. And so, on a per-shot basis, shot for shot, I think a tank destroyer is the best solution because you get the most chance of penning with regular ammo. You spend the least, you do the damage. Usually you got very good alpha. So this one here is the one I was talking about yesterday that I couldn't remember the name of, and I actually really like this thing. Oh, you should have aimed. You needed to aim, buddy. The rate of fire is pretty good. The accuracy is pretty good. And I have not picked out games where I'm going to show you 10,000 damage super unicoms playing these premium tanks, which I'm suggesting regular schmoes should just, if they have a choice, they should pick them up just to make credits. We're watching regular schmoes. That guy, he didn't aim, but Wargaming said, okay, you can take him out. Just regular schmo games. And they're going to make credits. And the reason is they're just going to shoot regular ammo, for the most part. And do almost, if you aim carefully, damage almost every shot. That's the recipe for making credits. Not necessarily for winning, right? Because you are camping, you are sniping, you're relying on your team mainly to win or lose. Unless you really get in positions where you can support. It's harder to impact the game when you're just sniping from the back. You usually get most of your shots after your team has died and the enemies come into view, especially on a map like this. There's not a lot of sniping lanes. So, you're kind of letting your team engage the enemies and then you get to shoot them when they're exposed, usually when your team's retreating or losing. Not all the maps are like that, but most maps are designed to have choke points. And the maps are designed for heavy tanks with strong turrets, lots of them. You go to the choke point, you shoot, you spam heat at each other's turrets. Permission to engage. This guy, he's just a regular schmo. Is he released the target? What are you doing? Just get ready. Boom, up the ass. There's another guy over there. You're looking the wrong way. To your right. You're right. You're on their right. What are you doing? Like I said, guys, just regular schmoes. Up the ass for you. Gotcha. You can have fun with this thing. Now, the criteria I said were high penetration on regular round. And you missed. High penetration on regular round, so you don't have to spam premium ammo. Make credits. Easier that way, right? Number 2, what did I say? Decent alpha. Good alpha. And what answers those 2 is tank destroyer. Good alpha, high pen on the regular round. But number 3, kind of the third on my list, was speed. Because a lot of times at the end of the game, if it's a blowout for your team, you want to be able to keep up with your team and do some damage. You don't want to don't get a turtle is what I said. This thing's really fast. That Renegade is, here's the perfect example, guys. The Renegade there is an amazing tank. Excellent tank. Fantastic. Look at that. He just took one up the ass from the Renegade. It's a really good tank. Okay? But I would not say the Renegade is a really good credit maker. Why? Because it's a heavy tank, and what are you going to do when you're in a Renegade and you're in a tier 10 game? You're going to, press number 2 at the beginning of the game. You're going to carry half of your ammo is going to be premium, and you're going to shoot it all in a tier 9 or 10 game. This thing, like, do you really even need these 330 pen shells? Well, I guess you need a few if you're going to face a mouse or aim it. Yeah, Renegade says bye-bye. You don't really need them if you just want to make credits. You got 268 pen. If you face a mouse, you could still pen a mouse with 268 pen if you aim. You can get by with 268 pen at tier 10, at tier 9. Well, this thing's pretty hot in my opinion. It's a little wonky because it doesn't have a turret, but the traverse speed is super. It spins around like a top. You cannot circle this thing. If you ever see one of these on the battlefield and you're approaching it, you're not in a wheeled vehicle. You're in some medium tank, even a Burask or anything, a fast medium tank, and say, "Oh, I'm going to go and get behind them and make them feel foolish." You drive up to this thing, you cannot get behind it. If the player knows what he's doing, if this guy starts backing up and turning, you cannot get around it. He will outmaneuver you. Oh, the Black Prince rolls 150. That high alpha gun on the Black Prince. Now, can he farm? Don't get close to the Black Prince. Go to the other side. This guy's... Okay. Target acquired. Oh, yeah, okay. 418. Target unlocked. Why are you unlocking him? Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Yeah, there you go. So we're just going to watch a couple of average games in this thing, and then that other one that I mentioned yesterday. And this is just regular schmoes. This guy's running food, so he's losing 20,000 credits. Okay, but he's got the small first aid, small repair. And that's what another thing I mentioned, that if you're sniping from the back, you don't necessarily need the large repair, large first aid, like you do if you're in the thick of things, brawling, because those things decrease your module damage and your crew damage, percentage decrease, so they actually help you survive. Boom! Up the ass. He rolls 418 for the win. So way to go, King Tiger 80. And that was just a fast game. Top tier, 3,972 damage. This is not superb, but 8 kills, which is superb. And he makes 155,000 credits with a premium account. But if he just had a regular account, 100,000 credits, guys. A lot of you chose this one. In the comment section, you said, "Oh, you really like this particular tank destroyer, premium tank destroyer at tier 8, the WZ-120 FT." That Chinese beast. And I agreed, but I mentioned that it's not my top choice because it plays a little bit differently than the snipe we've viewed snipers up till now. Scorpion, SU-130PM, and that Kanonen Panzer 105. They're dedicated snipers. This thing you can snipe. Nothing stopping you from sniping, but it's let's say the gun handling is not up to snuff compared to the other 3. It's a little worse gun handling, a little less accurate, a little bit more penalties when you're turning left and right in the bloom. So it's harder to hit your shots when you're sniping. What's the shell velocity on the regular ammo? It's 1,000, 248 pen, so the pen's a little lower. The heat is 310. This one can be played very effectively as a brawler, getting right in the thick of things, especially when you're medium, when you're same tier or top tier. You don't have to sit at the back with this thing. You can get into positions where you can actually bounce shots, and you can be the brawler. So, and my point was, if you're going to be the brawler, it's fun. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have more chance of taking damage and more chance of dying earlier. So there's a lot of people that will play this thing and not be very good. All right. Whereas the Scorpion and the SU-130PM are dedicated snipers, and if you play them as dedicated snipers, you're going to consistently do damage in those tanks, even when you lose. Because when you're sniping, even when you lose, you're kind of like the last guy alive, and your team's raging at you because you sat at the back the whole time. But you did your 2,500 damage and you made credits. This guy's moved up to brawl, and he's going to take some damage. But that's okay. That's what this thing is designed for, to do what he just did. He could have bounced that shot if he, you know, maybe kind of wiggled and got a weird angle on the. If that guy was aiming for his track wheel and he kind of did a little wiggle, dipsy doodle wiggle. Boom, and it's like don't block your teammate. Where that shot went, nobody knows. But this tank just does not hit very well sniping. But it can. Anyway, some of you love this thing, so I'm featuring this thing. This would not be my top choice. I've never been able to make this one work consistently. Been able to have some monster games when everything goes right, and you can bounce 4,000 or 5,000 damage with this thing if you get the right matchmaking. He's not gone. He's forgotten about this guy. What? Okay, maybe it was just. Oh, you have to aim fully for this thing. You can't snap. What does this little guy do? There's a lot of a lot of pushing going on. Now he can bounce some stuff off his upper plate if he's on this angle. The WZ, the AMX 1357 is saying WZ retard reported. He's wants to report him because he feels that he was blocked. When I said don't block your light tank, that guy was so furious that he says, this shit happens, buddy. Shit happens. He tried his best. He doesn't have a turret, right? He tried his best. You guys bumped into each other while he was trying to aim. That's just part of the game. Did he die? Yeah, you're dead, so shut up. So this guy, as you can see, is playing more in your face. It's a different playstyle. If you enjoy this playstyle, this is the better choice for a tank destroyer, tier 8 premium tank destroyer. But as far as credit making, it's not as it's not as good a consistent strategy because you're at risk more. So you can have those games where you play aggressively like this and you get tracked. One guy should use your repair kit. You're retracked by someone else. You go, oh shit. You're a sitting duck and you get taken out of the game early, right? So, boom, very nice. So you can have some of those games where you're, if you're not a great player, if you're unsure of your skills and you don't know, you can't keep track of what angles are shooting at you, and you don't know how to wiggle yourself so you can get a lucky bounce, or how to use the topography to create a better angle on your upper part of your turret, or of your front plate, you know, all of those things. This is harder to play like this than to play as a sniper. You will impact the game more. Now maybe this particular tank can impact the game more if it actually plays more aggressively. There is that, right? And can he take this guy? There's another one there that maybe we should. The SHPTK TVP is another dedicated sniper that probably makes good credits. So, you know, in my round and around and around about discussion here, I'm making a distinction between, you know, good tank that you can have a good win rate or impact the game more, as opposed to credit maker. Consistent credit makers are not necessarily the best for impacting the game, and vice versa. The tanks that consistently impact the game are not necessarily the best credit makers. In fact, the perfect example, as he takes this shot here, take the shot. There you go. As an example, the Heat 54. The what? The Heat 54. Why is it called the Heat 54? The T54? Because it really only works when you press number 2. And when you press number 2, it's a monster. And it's a really good monster Tier 9 premium. Let me make this guy pay. It'll go right through. Oh, it didn't! Ooh. That's unfortunate. What? That's AP you're shooting, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. You just take the blind shot. Oh, he switches to. Why'd you do that? You want to lose credit? You take a blind heat shell shot. That was not a good choice. You should have switched to HE, buddy. You would have killed him with HE, not heat. You bounced AP. Was absorbed in the tracks because you know it had to go through the tracks and the hull. Heat's not going to have a chance. An HE shell would have killed that guy. Now he's got heat loaded, so he's going to lose some credits. Why do you have heat loaded? You don't need any. You're only fighting tier 7s and 8s. So this guy's not really interested in, you know, maximizing credits. He's interested in enjoying the game and trying to win. So there is that distinction, right? You can have monster games in the T54 if you just spam heat full time. That's why it's called the Heat 54. You can impact the game a lot, but you're going to lose a shit ton of credits. There's lots of tanks like that. There's lots of tanks that that work. Like the Comet. Have you ever played the Comet, guys? The Comet was the favorite tank of a popular YouTuber from Great Britain. Why was it so popular? Because it had, back in the day, one of the most amazing premium rounds. You press number 2 on that tank and it was overpowered, really. It was, you wouldn't bounce anything. You had very high DPM, really, if you spam premium ammo. If you shot regular ammo, you had very high bounce rate. And so it became evident to a popular content creator that you could really get a really high WN8 playing the Comet, because you could just spam premium ammo and have one of the highest DPMs in the game. It's a stat patterns tank, because the average Comet player sucks and shoots regular ammo, bounces a lot of shots, and hates that piece of shit, right? But if you go out and you're a dedicated premium ammo, you're spamming heat like a mofo, then you're going to 3-mark that thing, and you're going to have a really high WN8 compared to the majority of players that don't. The range of premium penetration to regular ammo penetration is huge. So, yeah, if you want a stat pad, if you're interested in your statistics and you want your statistics to go up, pick a tank that has a really poor regular round. The regular pen on the regular round sucks, but the premium ammo round the jump is huge. Super Pershing, okay? Comet. You guys probably know them. Just there's a whole bunch of them that the majority of the player base that's just grinding their way past the Comet or past that tier 6 or 7 on its way to trying to just unlock the tier 9 and 10. They don't really care about, they just want to get through it, or they're just shooting regular ammo. They're not going to perform very good in the tank. So the tank expectation is fairly low on average, because the masses are just, they're just playing the game, shooting the regular stuff, not wanting to lose a shit ton of credit, or they can't afford to fund the premium ammo shooting. That tank, you find a tank that has really low, shitty, regular round pen, and you play that tank shooting nothing but premium if the jump in penetration is huge. And then you will outperform the average, and your WN8 and your 3-marking capability will just jump. What's another one is, there's lots of them, but I was just thinking the E50. Okay, the E50 tier 9 has 220 pen on its regular round and struggles because it's tier 9, even versus tier 8s. Tier 9 and versus tier 10s just struggle. It's a great tank, but you struggle with the regular round. Most E50 players say, I don't really like it. But as soon as you dab the 2 key, you get 270 pen APCR round, or is it AP or APCR round? For 220 to 270. And then all of a sudden you have the same pen as the regular pen on the tier 10. 270 is adequate whether you're playing tier 9s, 10s. Your performance jumps. Right? So you want to get a high W and 8? Play the E50 with premium ammo. You want a 3 market? You got to spam the gold, you know? Load the gold. Or you won't achieve the average, because the average, or not the average, you won't achieve that top percentile to 3 market, because to 3 market you've got to be better than whatever 99 or 95% of the games. You got to be in that top percentile. Well, who do you think you're competing against? You're competing against the guys that shoot nothing but premium ammo. And if you shoot 20 shots in one game and the top percentile pens 18 out of their 20 shots because they're shooting all premium ammo, and you want a 3 market, you get a game and you shoot 20 shots and you're not shooting premium ammo, and you only pen 13 out of your 20 shots, you don't 3 market. So we got a little sidetracked there on the discussion, but it is related, meaning that if you're interested in padding your stats or win rate or winning, premium ammo is essential, but it'll lose your credits. This tank here, the WZ-120, whatever ever FT, he only did 4,041 damage, 7 kills, decent game. And without a premium account, he would have made 50,000 credits, and with the premium account, 89,000 credits, which is, the business side of this game now. To only make 89,000 credits, that doesn't seem like, that's not very good, but apparently that's good these days. And if you didn't have a premium account, 49,000 credits, that's about as good as it gets. And you can do that. Did he fire any premium shots? He fired a couple. He spent 23,000 on shells of 15 shots. The shells probably cost 1,000 each. He shot a couple of heat shells. He would have made maybe 60,000 credits, 70,000 credits if he didn't shoot those heat shells. But yeah, that's a good one. Leave some comments. Let me know if there's others you want to have featured, and we can just discuss them and spend some time together. I'll catch you guys on the next one.